Okay, guys.
You're welcome.
Welcome to the second part of today's class. But first, I would like to review the whole thing we have talked about this morning. So Python Flask is a MVC model, right? M for model, V for views, and C for controller. Right now, what we are using is like a whole packet of MVC. We have the Flask Alchemy for model, Ginger for views, and the Python script or Flask for the controller. Okay, but in the future, in your final project, the views will be React, not Ginger. Okay, just to let you know first. And then before we move on to Flask, I would like to introduce you to how the decorator works and the class in Python. So here's.
Do we use Ginger and React just one?
No, Ginger is a view and React is a view, so you have to pick one of them. Okay. So you've seen something like this, right? App.route, right? So what is it? It's a decorator. So how does it work?
What is it, decorator?
Decorator.
Number one.
So basically, you have another function inside a function. So you modify something, you change the outcome. For example, I will demo some very simple decoration. For example, define a function +1. Okay. You return. You take a function as an argument, and then you return that function +1. But will not work. But here's the basic step first. Then you define a function called a plus. This one is a decorator.
Already decorated.
Not yet, but okay. You want it +1. So we let it start with the basic first, a plus b. Okay, and here you take two arguments, a and b. Return a plus b. Should start with a string first. Start with a string first. It's easier. Then we start with this as a function later. Def change to uppercase. Okay. Then we return. We take in a text. Here we return text dot upper. Cool. Def some text. Then we return hello format text argument. Okay, let's say I will call print some text and I put a string inside here, for example khóa, and then run it. Hello khóa. Okay, basically I call the function, right? If now
What I mean is, what's the decorated part that you're talking about?
yeah, you would change the outcome of the function by using a decorator here. Change to upper. A function has no attribute upper, so you have to change it to a function. You have to define a wrapper. You can call it whatever you want. So, but basically, generally people will call it wrapper because wrap this function wrap the whole function here. So it's called wrapper. Then change this one to function. Put in here. Return font dot upper, and then here you return wrapper. See, Khoa is
But it
It's
doesn't
all
say
capital.
hello anymore. Oh, it said print some text.
print subtext. Oh wait, should be Khoa. Hello. Weจัด Khoa then why is it no Khoa? You bring some text. You bring a function. Hmm? Hello inside here, right? Like this. Setting. So you take a function as an argument, and here you function dot, let's say, a equal to function. Okay, hello Khoa here. Basically, you take every argument here and then modify, change it to uppercase, the whole string, the whole argument. This part will become the whole argument. Then you change the whole thing to uppercase, and that's how the decorator works. You don't have to know how to write, just understand how it works, right? Just it.
Let's go and sweep it.
Okay, and then about class, you have to use class for the model later on for SQL Alchemy. So I will introduce how class works. For example, class, let's call it what should I call it? Upper. Here's a function. It's a default function. Init. You take argument self, and then self dot, for example, self name age, self dot name equal to name, self dot age equal to age. Then after that, you have another function to call to bring, for example, bring say hello. Okay. Self. All the function inside the class needs to have the self. The only argument self.
Why is the name?
It's a required argument. Sorry.
Why is the name of the class in upper cases?
You can name it whatever. But normally class start with an uppercase character. Like this.
Start with an uppercase.
Character. Yeah.
Okay, what? How do we name the second word? Like.
Yeah, upper like this. You should name it like this in Python.
So that's in case or.
For example, change text to uppercase.
Okay.
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 Then say hello. You're gonna print a return. For example, hello. Here and here, hello, hello, my name is an argument, a variable, I am, okay, format it, name and then age, okay, 0 and 1, doesn't matter, but okay. What's wrong with this? Save. Dot name and save dot age. So save here you can access every function inside a class can access to save dot name and save dot age, and it is an attribute inside a class here. So let's bring it. Let's say a equal to, just bring the class name. Oh shit, that's a long name. And we give it an argument for some age equal to 31, name equal to Khoa. let's say dot say hello. Hello, my name is Kwa. I'm 31.
Guys, can I say something real quick? Can I jump in here?
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of black magic going on here on lines 10 through 17, class and self and blah blah blah. It's a lot of magic. Just know that inside of object-oriented programming, we have to like come up with a way to make our functions stick together. Like some certain functions will always go together. And right now that may not seem clear, and this is all very confusing. I get that. That's why I told you guys to do the Python clones, because they talk about all this in more detail when you guys get to the more advanced section on what's going on here. So if you guys want to become a pro backend developer, go do those clones, okay? That's one thing. And just know there's a long road ahead. But just know that like a class in programming and object-oriented programming is like sticking certain types of functions that will go together no matter if they're the same class. Certain things will always go together if they're in the same class, right? So for example, if you're in Sierra, Coder School Sierra, at 10 o'clock, you go to 12 Ton Dan, District 4, Ho Chi Minh City. But if you go to Nordic Coder, you go to some address, District 1, Ho Chi Minh City. Okay? So what are some other classes that might have functions that belong together? A dog class might have a function bark inside of it. Car might have a function drive. Every single car will drive. But inside of all of the child classes, you will have more specific types of functionality. Okay, and I know this is a vast oversimplification of what's going on. Okay, this gets a lot more complicated in the future. So just know that this is Qual trying to give you a heads up on the future of what your life is going to look like if you want to build your own modules and whatnot.
We pass the argument to the function, but not the class.
A function, not a class. Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah, you can. Actually, you gotta run into this example quite a lot in SQL Alchemy. Basically, yes, 100%. Just so you know how the class works.
So what is a function dot format?
It's a format string, a string format. The old way, 2.7, Python 2. In Python 3, you have f here. And then you put in a variable here. For example, self.name and self dot age.
Which one is Python 3?
This one is Python 3. But it will not work on my computer right now. Say goodbye. Because look at my Python version. It's 2.7. So I had to use this the other way.
But we can still use the syntax for Python 3.
Yep. Goodbye here. Let's say. Oops. Okay. Now let's move on. Delete everything. In order to use Flask, we have to install Flask first, right? Pip. No. Let's create an environment first. Python 3. So this syntax here, the command line here to create a folder VNV to contain all the packages for your environment. So you have a folder here, and then you have to activate it. Do you want to select it for the user? Yes, please. File in answer, no. Shocks, VENV, bin, activate. That's syntax for Ubuntu, Linux, and macOS. For Windows, if you run on Bash, just change it to script. Okay. If you run on another terminal, not Bash, you have to change the slash here to backslash. Okay, but whatever, go. And now you have to install pip freeze. So this syntax here to check the library, which library you currently have in your environment. Nothing. So I have to install pip install Flask, right? Blah 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 blah. Okay. Now import Flask. From Flask import Flask. What the hell? Okay. Now we have to define our Flask app using this syntax. Name. Okay. Now we have to define a condition to run our app, our main app here. If name equal to main. This is a must-have syntax. Then you do app.run. You run our app. Okay. And here in development environment, you could have, for example, debug mode equal true. Right. You can even change the host or the port using this syntax. Okay. So let's just run on 5000.
Debug spot.
Yeah. Okay.
You have 1 equal signs on line 11.
Right. Okay, let's run our app first. Then we have the decorator. So this syntax here, you run a Flask init name. It's basically, I think it's something like this. No, just keep it simple. And then you have a route, app.route. You call it root. Return OK. Right. Okay, you see OK. So right now I don't want to return an OK, I want to return a template, an HTML file. So change it to render template. And then the name of the HTML file, for example, I will call it index HTML, and then you have to import it. Render template. Okay. Create a folder called templates. See? It has to be named templates. Cannot be anything else. Templates. And you have a file inside index.html. Okay, in here you have HTML, and then say something okay, not okay. Okay. Then change it. Okay. Basically, I did a flash run command, so the debug mode is off, so I need to change it. Python app.py. Now debug mode is on, so not okay. Okay, cool. You know how to do this already, right? So,
Guys, what have we done so far? We defined one route. We defined one view. And we also set up a project which will hold all our project files. Right now might be a good time to run git init. Git init, add all your files, and say initial commit. The project, we just got the very beginning going. But just know that this is one route. The controller right here, and that maps to a view. Just run git init. I'm going to do that for you. Ready? Nice. Okay, now you get out everything. Fine.
Basically, I put a v in v here. Oh, that's wrong. Okay. Basically, I don't want to push the files inside my folder v in v to GitHub. Because too heavy. All right. Now we don't want to create every single HTML file for every view, right? You want to recycle what you have. For example, we have a base template. Let's change the name to base. Okay. Then you have to replace some code here. Let's call it block content. Then you have to end it and block. So you write another one for HTML for index HTML extended is the location of the file. Right now we are inside the root folder of template, so just keep it and then the name of the file, which is base HTML. Okay, now we open the block body. Block. What did we name it? Content. Okay. Then we have to end the block with this syntax. So this syntax here, the curly here and the percentage here is to start a logical logic, right? It's kind of like a Python logic, but it's not. It's a mix. The syntax is a little bit different. So
this is what allows us to write Python code in there. You guys can even do if else's. Let me show them that in a second. If else.
Yeah, you want the if else here. If
1 is greater than 0, what?
You have to end if here. And if like this. You say something like a p, hello.
1 is greater than 0. 1 greater than 0.
One is bigger than 0.
Just copy 1 greater than 0.
Copy that.
Yeah, copy that.
And then change it.
Who thinks we will see this?
Maybe we will.
Let's see. Let's see if we can see it.
Okay.
Why do we see 1 is greater than 0? Because that expression was true. What if we changed it to be false? Yeah.
You don't see anything.
Right? So our Python code is like choosing which HTML to show. And we can do this multiple times.
See, you can have a logic here.
Line 9. Yeah, line 9. So right now you see a conditional on line 5, line 7, and line 9, and this is choosing whether or not to show line 6 or line 8. We could even hard code it if we wanted. Can you make that a true?
Which one?
Line 5. Just make it true. Capital T. Sorry. We see line 6 evaluate, but if we make that a false, let me see that false. So obviously a if conditional is one of the easiest things you can do, right? You can do any Python conditional in here that you want. And we're gonna do that later. But right now we're gonna start small and let Quad continue.
What if I want the index file here to be inside the folder, let's say called views. I put index inside view, move it. Okay, here we need to change something. See this one? Ah, shit. Can we go out?
Try it. Fuck it. See what happens.
Yeah, just
Then you gotta go up one.
now you have to change this one too. Views, index. Okay, you see no shit because I have nothing here. Okay. What if I have something in base here? Let's test it. Right, that's what. So basically, it's going to this folder and go back. Is it? Yeah, you go back one level.
Up
Yeah,
one level.
Up one level, and it find the base HTML, and it stay and everything, and it replace the block here. It replace the block here with this block. Okay.
Do you have any questions so far?
Now, next step is like, what if I want a variable inside here? Instead of a raw string, I want a variable. How? Just pass a variable here. For example, let's call it user equal to khóa, right? And in here, just call it khóa. Doesn't work. Do you have the space here? I name it user. Shit. So bad. My memory. Alright. That's how you pass variable inside your Ginger file.
Can I show you something? Can I show you something?
Yeah. Ginger 2.
Alright, so earlier we showed you guys this diagram right here, right? What Qual just showed you right here, this user thing right here on line 5, is that right now our controller, what did it do right here as the second argument? What did he just do? He set a variable inside of our view. He passed a variable to our view. Okay? He injected some data into a view. So going back to this illustration that we see right here, just know that right now we're in the controller, and the controller gave some data to our view. And then our view did some shit, and it's going to give it back to our controller, and then our controller gave it back to the browser. Okay? So just know that all these pieces are all working together simultaneously.
Okay. Any questions so far? No? Okay, let's try one more thing. Let's run a loop inside our Ginger. Okay. Say array r equal to Loi Khoa Tung example. Okay, and then we pass user as R here. The left hand side is the name of the variable that you are defining. The right hand side is the value you're trying to call the R here. Okay, go here, remove it. Now run a for loop. For user in users. Okay, now and then you do something amazing. Let's say just P, and then call the user. Then close it. Now you have to end the logic and for. Okay. Now you have three names, Loi, Khoa, and Tung, right? Cool.
Can someone turn one of those red? Can someone know how to turn Qual red? We just want to see Qual's name be red only. Come on, anyone. Inside this HTML over here, how can we make it so that Qual's name is red and everyone else's name is still black?
If user is equal to Qual style color red.
Okay, let's try it. Let's try it.
Yes.
Yes. That works. Qual did it. He did it. So
Okay.
we want our server to know how to do this, okay? We want our server to figure out how to do this. So we're going to write some conditional logic on our MVC framework, specifically in the view. Our view is going to look at the object that's passed in and perform some conditional logic. So we're going to say, hey,
If user equal to Khoa, right? That looks good. Then you close it. Then P. It should be here.
just do it that way. Keep it simple. Keep it, it's okay. No, just do it there. It's okay.
else p and just user. That's bad code.
Will this work, guys? Will this work? No.
Not done it.
Yes, we need to do more.
What should be in here? Is it an object?
No, that's a React. Quotes. Color column.
Doesn't work.
Color column red.
Red like this.
Yep. Does this work, guys?
No.
And you gotta end the else. In the if else.
See, so painful. Now it works.
Nice. So we've been able to
Wait, is
dynamic.
that definitely working? Because you've still got it in your,
Is refreshing.
yeah, cool. Not in your,
Can you format it? Does it format work for you?
I don't use tools. That's all.
Huh?
I didn't install Pylon, so
Oh my god.
I think you have to install some Pylon for Ginger, so it will format your code.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so you guys can see that our MVC framework can also dynamically produce UI. Okay? Remember how in React world we'd look at state, or we'd look at the object, and then based on the object we would do certain things? We can do the same thing here. Obviously, what Quad just demoed, can you go back to the next slide, Shimon? What Quad just demoed for user in users, that is simply a string. Okay, but imagine user is now an object. What more types of dynamic behavior could we produce? Okay, and also let's do one more thing. Or can we show them one template just for the navbar? I'm gonna show like a block content navbar.
You want to like this?
Yeah, just for the navbar. So we're gonna also introduce like how we can have multiple block contents, and so that we can share that. The most powerful thing about templating is that we can share slices of a file. So something that's always going to be the same is what? Our navbar, right? Not always, obviously, but a lot of times it's going to be the same.
Man, get bootstrap. Navbar here. This one's good. Copy it, and then put it in here. Wait. Why don't we just put it in here?
No, okay, if you put it in there, can you make it so that like it's injected? There's a way to do that.
The only thing you need here is a user.
But hold on. I want them.
You can use include. There are two ways to to connect the HTML files. There is a block extend and include. Includes mean it include everything. It pick one and then add it to the current file. Extend means it's file. It's trying to find this block and then replace the content of that block with a new value. For example, in this case, the whole logic here.
Can you show the difference between extends and includes? Like the visual difference?
I don't really remember the syntax for include, but let's go with Ginger. There you go. Extend vs include. And
Not stack overflow. This is too confusing, stack overflow.
this explanation, this summary is the best one. Normally, you would want to use include for header and footer, and then the body of the HTML file you would want to use extends to replace the block depend on which views you are on.
So right now we want to include a navbar on each one of our screens. Start there.
So Python include Python Flask includes. Here you go. Go to the documentation. Where the hell is documentation? This how you Google Python Flask. Shit, no way. Python Flask. Is it so stupid? Documentation right here. Okay, go to it and then file includes. Searching, blah blah blah. No, not this.
Should be part of Ginger.
In Ginger.
Includes a view part of Ginger.
Shit. There you go. Include here. Okay. Click on include. There's a documentation on how to use include.
So basically, we can.
It's the same with extend, right? It looks the same. But the difference is like it just include this HTML. It's not replacing, just includes it.
So in this scenario, we would say, right, we create a navbar.html, and we say include.
No. Include takes an HTML and sticks it inside. Extend takes an HTML, takes what we have in whatever file that we're extending and puts it inside of another file. So for example, right here, extends, right? We're saying, hey, I'm going to take whatever I have inside of me and put me inside of base.html. But include says take whatever is inside of this file and then stick it inside of that one file.
Let's do an example.
Yeah.
Here I will call it navbar HTML. Okay, and then I'm gonna copy all the shit here. Copy, put in here. Does it work? And then in our here we use include. So many syntax. Include like this.
And what name?
Okay, include what? Include navbar. You have to go up one level, I think. No, you go inside. Yep. Then navbar.html. Then delete this line. Hopefully it works. Where is it? Where is it?
Look at that, man. Localhost.
123 127.
My server's down. No.
It's working? Yeah, it does work.
Yeah.
But I have no CSS file, so I have to import that file into my index, my base. Shit.
Get started. Good job.
Getting started. Copy this slide. Put it inside here. And then
But
reload
we
it.
can use both, right? Increase or extend.
Sometimes you would use include, sometimes you use extend.
You guys are gonna have to figure it out. Learn, okay? You're gonna figure it out. You're gonna do something wrong, and then you're like, wow, I wonder if I should do it this way. So right now, the objective right now is to include a navbar into each one of our screens, right? So we use the include syntax, but the extend syntax will do something different. Let's try this. Watch. Let's just try this, okay? Can you define a new route? Define a new route and call it tongue.
Tongue?
Yeah.
What?
Define a new route called tongue. Okay, so we got a new route called tongue, right? And it's gonna call this one route right here. We're gonna call it. We're gonna say that this renders tongue.html. Okay, it renders tongue.html. Okay, so let's create that file. Okay, now let's go ahead and include. Let's go ahead and include navbar. See if that works. Do you guys think this page will look beautiful? I think no. I think it'll look like shit. So we go to this page, /tongue. We need to fix that.
Where are we? thương and then
Used
go
on
up.
mobile, so-
Gotta go up one.
Why this it,
Yeah, right.
Includes with an S.
no it's include include
Hmm?
thương is in view thương and navbar.
No, it's in
Yeah, that one doesn't matter.
What here
Modify.
doesn't matter the name can be anything.
That one doesn't matter.
This file include
Okay, let's just put an H1 in there and see if we can make that work. Can you put an H1 in there? Just delete that right now or comment it.
one more thing you cannot comment inside Ginger.
Okay.
Sometimes you cannot. Yeah.
Or just comment, chat, comment, and then
Copy it.
turn that H1.
You see
Okay,
that
so
on-
we have that, but notice that we don't have the nav bar. Why do we not have a nav bar now? Yes, because our tongue.html does not extend the base.html, so we don't have the nav bar. So the nav bar, like there's none of that head, there's no body, there's none of that magical stuff that we have, right?
Okay, it doesn't matter where you are at now. Just start from the root folder of templates. It's always start from root folder of template. So it doesn't matter where you are at. Okay, and then you can see you have no CSS file, right? Only the HTML.
Because we did not extend the base.html, which has that structure, the file structure for us. We need to extend that one, including and saying, hey, grab this file, stick it inside of me. So we grabbed the navbar file, we stuck it inside of tongue.html. But the extend says, hey, see that one thing right here? I'm going to take what's inside of me and stick it inside of that. Okay? I'm sorry I need repeating myself, but this is really what works.
This
Okay.
one does work.
If we extend that, we have to.
Yep. If you stand it up right here, you have to navbar.
Is there a reverse of that, like exclude?
No, you perform conditional logic to decide whether or not you run the extends. And there you
Yep,
go.
navbar.
So we might just want to leave the nav bar.
So most of the case you will use extends, but in some case, for example, you want to put in something inside the block, you will want to use includes.
The objective here is once again to break up your code into little bite-sized pieces. Okay, you don't want to like you guys think this is right now. This is a very simplified example, but later on when you guys start having a bunch of forms and then the forms change different colors and all the other stuff, it gets more complicated. You know, like some of you guys did, you know what I'm talking about, right? Files get really long. The objective here is just make your code just a little snippet that's easy to read and understand.
It's like just like component inside React in React, right? This one is component. You can even pass props here.
Yeah.
You can even pass prop here. Okay, but you do it on your own. Google it. Actually, not just read it.
Yeah, he just
Here.
did it. Remember he did with users. Passed a prop to these components or these views.
There's a bunch of other things like, for example, form. Include with concept. I don't know. Okay, let's move on to the model. The model part of MVC
Model.
model. Okay, we are gonna use Flask SQL Alchemy. So install it. Pip install Flask SQL Alchemy. Hit enter. Alright. Now replace this. This one okay. Keep it. Thương is bad. Alright.
It's not funny.
Sorry. Okay, you gotta import from Flask SQL Alchemy. Import. Okay. I think something wrong.
It should be
If I do it correctly, there should be a something like a suggestion.
Underscore.
Yeah, try underscore and then here. So try it. My tool is broken. Sometimes it's like it's complain every line from it cannot find this package, cannot find that package, but just be confident. Okay. Now you have to define a connection to your database, right? We're gonna use SQLite, and then the next week we're gonna use Postgres. This week we're still gonna use a SQLite. Okay. Define DB. First you have to config your route, your connection app.config, and then in here it should be like this. You SQL Alchemy. You can find the text here in the documentation of SQL Alchemy, but here the syntax database URI. Basically, it's a path to your database. And then equal SQLite, and here's the name of the database. Let's call it db.db. All right. Yeah, make it short. And then you have to initialize your Flask SQL Alchemy using this syntax. DB equal to SQL Alchemy. Something wrong with this word. Doesn't look like shit. SQL Alchemy. Oh, looks good. There's some tooltips here. Right. Put app inside here. App is for your Flask app. Put in here. Okay. And then you need to define tables. Let's run it. Python app.py. Okay, no error. Okay, now you need to create your database using this syntax db.create all. Let's see. Okay, you create a database, right? And now in your database you need a tables, right? At least one table. So you're gonna use a class to create table. Let's say, let me comment it. Setup Flask app. Setup and config Flask app. Okay, here config SQL Alchemy. And here you start defining models. Okay, so here the syntax class. Say that the table name what should it be? Because it's a block, so just name it block. The name of the class should be singular, right? Don't name it plurals. You're gonna use something in SQL Alchemy. Let's call it model. You're gonna use a class model in DB, which come from SQL Alchemy. Okay. And then the name of the column id equal to db.column. It's an integer column, right? Integer primary key equal to true. Okay, now let's see. Open it.
Now you're expecting to see a database show with one
Yep,
column, just like it.
just one column. Right? We indeed have one column. Okay, we have one column, but right now we don't have any data inside, so it will not show you the columns. Okay, let's add more columns. The block and what else? Title equal to db dot column string, and how long the title should be at most.
200 characters.
Okay, 200 characters. Yeah. Is it nullable?
What?
Is it nullable? The title of the block? No. Nullable equal to false. Syntax, right? Just nullable equal to false.
Not no.
Not no. This means not no.
Yeah, but you don't write not no. Basically, you're being strange here, or could I have written not no?
No, it's a syntax.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Last time, a few other jokes. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Body, star symbol, body, same thing. Column, db.string. How long?
As long as you want.
So remove it.
Yeah.
No label equal to false again. Cool. Great add.
Misspelling the false.
It's Flask.
Place.
Place.
Okay. And then here create add. Just create it. Okay. db.column. It should be a db.datetime or something. There's a built-in tool for it. What is this?
We don't know what you're on.
Oh, it's Golang. Sorry. What's the
Daytime now. That was before.
No, there's a built-in for Flask. They have a built-in function for it, so you don't have to specify it yourself. Okay, let's go to our instruction here. Actually, we have nothing. What, really?
I read that.
Teach you how to build a folder. Then you gotta crack on.
Guys, to be honest with you, I've been thinking about the best way to teach this, man. There's a lot to know. I think knowing about views is one of the most important things, because what we've done so far, right, in this class, a lot of time is generate HTML. Do you remember week 1? What was the first project you guys built? Google. Yeah. What was different than Google than what you guys are doing right now? Huh?
Yeah, not that much.
Not that much? Come on, someone, come on. The difference between this and Google is that Google page will always show the exact same thing. And I hope you guys see that this thing is going to start showing different things depending on many other things, right? So for example, the route, right? We can produce different types of content on different screens. Our Google page could not do that. We only had one page. And now we're going to figure out how to switch things beneath it. All that stuff underneath, and do different things to our database specifically. That's what Quad's getting excited right now. He's showing us that, hey, he's going to show us how to define our database. Do you remember how we drew a picture, last week? We drew a picture and we had a table. Just know that our computer is not smart enough to know how to do that. We cannot draw a picture and the computer understand. We need to write some code. And this code right here is our model code. He's introducing you a model, and this is like defining the shape of our tables and our database and how we can manipulate it and how those tables are connected to one another.
So basically, it's a built-in function method for SQL Alchemy, which is the type of the column is, the format of column is datetime, and by default it takes the current time now. Okay, the time that you input to your database, and then whenever you update it, server or update, you change that time, that value to that specific time when you are changing the value inside the database. Okay, right? Cool. Just copy and paste, Google it. What else?
Image.
Image.
Yeah, on a blog post. We've been on a blog.
Hey, let's do that one a little bit because that like, we're gonna do comments first to introduce how these databases can be related to one another. But we'll do images in a little bit. Unless you want to do it now. Do you want to do it now? I feel like that'd be a good later.
Hang on. Should we have user?
I want us to do users and blog posts first.
We are gonna learn about the user authentication tomorrow. So for now, just go with a simple user column, right?
Like an author column.
Yeah, author column. Okay. Because tomorrow we learn about the authentication. It's kind of complicated, you know. Okay, and author equal to db dot column db dot it should be a string, right? 20 nullable
Very short.
false. Okay. And then quickly out table. Stop asking me. What the hell? No. Let's stop our server. Run again. Okay. Right now, it will not automatically update our tables with the new columns whenever we run the server again. There's another library called Flask Migrate. To do it, we will learn it later, not now. So right now, because we're using SQLite, we can easily delete it and then remake it. So delete it. It's so easy. Yes. Okay. You have new database with the new columns. Cool. Now let's try to input data into our database. Okay. So big. Let's make another route called what should we call it? It's like an HTML a views so that we can have a form and then we click enter, we input data inside. New post. Okay, yeah. Define a function, whatever it is, call it new post function, and here return render template, right? No, so type. What should we call it? New post. Views, new post. Now, what if we run the server? Okay. No error. We haven't defined create the file yet, but new post. Okay, error. Cannot find the template.
Template not found. It's saying that it could not find that template. Template not found.
Alright, create a template then. New post .html. Hit enter. We extend our base. Extends base.html. Okay. What? And then we need a form inside this block.
Yeah.
All right. So start with block content. Then we have to end it and block. Okay, our form will go inside here. Let's do it. Label, title, body, author. What else?
That's all you'll need at the moment.
3,
But-
4, 5. 1, 2, 3.
That's
Only
all
3.
you'll need.
Oh, that's it. So easy. And then we need input. Can I use a auto close, self close inside? Can I?
I think you can, yeah.
Doesn't matter. Just try it. Okay, test it. Yes, we have it. Right. Let's have a button. Submit. Type equal to submit. This basic HTML, nothing else. Okay, type in something in. Hit enter. We don't have console log, so don't try it. And then what? When we click on this button or we hit enter, what happens?
You need to run a function.
What's gonna happen?
I'm not refreshing.
You trigger something,
You're
right?
gonna refresh the page.
Yeah, right now it's just refresh the page. But what do we want it to behave?
You want it to run the function, push stuff to the database.
Yeah, so it's not really a function, but yeah, some kind of. So here the syntax method equal to post. That's right.
Something like that. What Ed was saying is right. In JavaScript world, we would want to run a function that would submit it, but HTML can submit itself. The browser is already smart enough to know how to do that.
It's so smart.
Yeah, so we can just submit an attribute called method, and then that will equal to post. I think it might be called action. Now that I think about it, the action might have the URL. Whatever. We do the method post, and then I think if you submit it now, you'll see that our browser makes a post request to the same endpoint.
So now we have a method post. So right here we need to specify it.
Just see if you have a
post.
post request coming in first.
No, you have to specify it first.
Yeah, but you can look at it right here when you hit submit now.
Okay.
So notice how right now on server logs we only have get requests. Okay, wait. Go back to your get logs. Go back to get logs.
Nothing.
All right, we only have get requests. But if we submit the form, it will automatically go to the same URL, and then we'll see a post request.
I just did.
Okay. Right now we have a get request, but if we submit the form, it will submit to the same URL, but it will be a post request. And then now you guys will see that our Flask application complains method not allowed. What method is not allowed? Let's look, okay? And you can now see right here, you guys will now see that we made a post request. By default, it automatically accepts get requests, but we need to tell Flask if we want it to accept a new post request to a URL. So now Claude's about to do that.
So now you need to do something else here inside this route. Okay. First, you need to allow the post request. Methods. It's an array. Methods. Blue rows. It's always start with blue rows. Methods. It's an array. You have get. You have post. Okay. If this route only allow get request, you don't have to say specify method equal to get. But if it allows post or put or path, you have to specify along with the get. Okay, by default it's get. By default it's get. Okay, here and in here you have to do condition check if request dot form method post bring
Submitting form.
else you return else not do nothing. All right. Import request.
Import request from Flask.
What, really?
Yeah, it's from Flask. We need to import requests from the Flask library. Request is a object that allows us to look at pieces of little information about the request. Okay, like what was it, a post request? What was the route? What were the arguments, etc.
Okay, test it. Now we expect to see here.
So we define a post route. Okay, our API now understands a post request. Okay, now we can use that post request to do what? To produce objects in our database, to produce records in our database.
Okay.
And that's what we're about to do.
Now we need to capture the inputs. Okay, request.form.
Get here, I'm at 33.
Request.form.get, right? I don't really remember the syntax, just try it. We should name it name equal to title. What? Name equal to body, and here name equal to author.
What's important on this step right here he just showed you is that name, each one of these inputs, its name is going to be a different key in an object. In just a second, you guys are going to see.
No, step by step, bring it. Okay, bring this one. Form. Hit enter.
Service time.
Shit.
Can you put them side by side? Come on. I want to see them see the server side by side.
Again. Shit, I just did shift enter. Okay. Now go back here. We actually see a dict title with a key, an array, a dict with array, title, body, and author tuple. Okay, now we're gonna get it. Can I do it like this? Title
What's your title?
in the string. It's title here, right? Let's try it. Okay, we got it. We got the title. Now let's bring all the stuff. Body and author.
Choose something meaningful this time.
Okay. Title hello, body world, author khoa, hello world khoa. Okay, we successfully captured the inputs. So next we need to stuff that inputs into our database. Right? Okay. Any questions?
This is the point where what he's going to do is we're going to create one of these things in our SQL database, okay? We've been able to capture some input from the user interface. The user typed in the body, they typed in the title, they typed in their username. They made a request to our API. Our API took that response, took some data out of it. Now we need to create a SQL, like something in our database, just like we created it in our to-dos, okay? And we're going to do that right now.
Okay, remove all of this. Now, if it's a post request, we are gonna make an object here. Here the syntax, remember it. A new block, let's call it new block. Okay, equal. Remember what I told you when I demo how to use class, and I said you're gonna run into 100% time using SQL Alchemy. So here's a step: block, which is class, and then here you specify title equal something, and then body equal something, and then author equal something. Right? What's title?
What data do we want to stick in title, guys? We just had it a few moments ago.
Yes.
Quest.form. And then we named the key because inside that form, each input had its own name, and all those inputs were inside of a form. So now we're looking at that form object that was sent from our UI, to our backend API. And that form, we're going to take some data out of that form, and we're going to produce a new piece of data in our database based on that form. So the user is going to be able to do that.
Cool here. Now we're gonna submit this object to our database using this syntax: db.session.add new block. You must remember this syntax.
You memorize that.
Just memorize it, and then you commit. Right? Whenever you change something in your database, you have to commit session.commit. That's it. And now return something meaningful. Say, okay, success. Right? Let's try it. No. Hello world. My name is Loy, and here also is Khóa. And then you submit. Okay, success. Now check your database. Here you go. Awesome.
Guys, this is the first full stack application you guys have done. It's not the best application. It does not do code the best. It does not do everything beautifully. But you manipulated the database. You defined an endpoint. You built some UI, and all these parts are fitting together. Okay. This MVC format, this is how GitHub runs. GitHub was built using Reround Rails. This is how Netflix started off, okay? We need to allow the users to do all of these steps, okay? And this is like critical to understand that.
This is the first step of your journey. Now you need to, we successfully create. Now we need to update and delete.
We only have 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, you've been lecturing 2 hours.
Okay. What? Really?
Let's take a 10-minute break. You're talking at 30 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes. I know, man. It's exciting. I get it.
Wait, how do I stop it?
You gotta press that button over here.
Which button?
You're not recording?
No, here.